Nobody should have to worry when they get shot, am I going to lose my job because of the recovery time for this? That just should not have to cross your mind.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
I just wanted to reiterate and spend some time on this story that came out of New Orleans, where an Alabama mother was shot during the shootout with the terrorist in New Orleans who drove a truck through a crowd of people, killed a bunch of folks. This woman obviously not dead, but she was shot, had a bullet lodged in her foot, worked at Amazon, and when she requested some time off to take care of the bullet lodged in her foot. Yeah, I mean, it's so amazing to me that she requested that time off and Amazon denied it. Like, you got a bullet lodged in your foot. You need to get to work or we're going to fire you, was the initial response, right? Only after that was reported, did Amazon finally buckle and say, oh yeah, when our employees get shot, our policy is not to fire them. It's not to fire them, right? But if that hadn't happened, if nobody had reported on that, if there had been no public backlash, if she had just been left to face the company on her own, she likely would have been without a job at this point. And what happens when somebody loses their job? And a lot of times that leads to, you can lose your house, you can lose your car. If you lose your car, you lose means to get to other jobs when you need to find a new job. You might lose your kids. I mean, it's like people do not have enough in their mind the seriousness of what it means to be fired from a company. They don't really, it doesn't register what that does to a person. And that's what would have happened to this woman in all likelihood if this had not been reported. And it just underscores the importance of this campaign to organize Amazon by the Teamsters, by the now Teamsters-affiliated Amazon Labor Union, by Cause in North Carolina, Carolina Amazonians United for Solidarity and Empowerment. It's so important because nobody should have to worry when they get shot, am I going to lose my job because of the recovery time for this? That just should not have to cross your mind, right? And if you are able to unionize, and if you can get a good union contract with strong provisions for medical care and paid time off, you won't have to worry about it, right? The Teamster UPS, something like that happens, I do not think that they worry about, am I going to be laid off because I have to take time off to recover from being injured in a terrorist attack. That's just not something that goes through their minds, right? And if something did happen at UPS, there would be a process and an easy and clear avenue to get that reconciled and to get that wrong righted. Because it would be illegal, actually, for UPS to not give some of that necessary medical leave, right? Because it would be violating the contract that they have with the Teamsters. And so there's like legally enforceable mechanisms there that it would have been, and it's important to underscore, it would have been totally legal for Amazon to do what they initially set out to do to this woman, to this mother. Totally legal. They were completely within their rights to threaten her job because she was injured in a terrorist attack. And they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. So if you work at Amazon, you need to Google the Teamsters Amazon division. You need to contact them, start an organizing committee in your workplace, and organize them and win better for yourself. I mean, that's just like one of the most obvious kind of things, but it's also worth recognizing that people who do exactly the same job at UPS make something like almost twice as much money as you do. They don't work twice as hard as you do, Amazon workers. But they had been, and UPS didn't just give it to them, right? They had to fight for it. And so if workers at Amazon want to be able to get the same quality of life that workers at UPS have, if they want to get the same quality health insurance, they want to get a pension, they want to be able to retire with dignity, you are going to have to fight. Amazon is not going to just give it to you. You are going to have to fight. You're going to have to organize. So you should do that. You should do that. And call in and let us know how it goes. 844-899-TVLR.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Mark in the chat says Amazon has an almost 100% turnover rate. Unionizing them is going to be difficult. I think it's higher than that, actually, higher than 100%. Indeed, it will. Although Mark does say later, don't forget, a lot of Amazon workers are private contractors and by definition not looking to unionize. That is actually not true. It's not true. What you're referring to are their like delivery service providers that Amazon contracts with that are ostensibly, yes, private contractors that then go out and hire the drivers 100 or 200 at a time or something like that. But that doesn't mean that they can't unionize. And in fact, like half a dozen workers at these quote-unquote private contractors, delivery service providers, have unionized with the Teamsters. And the National Labor Relations Board has also ruled that that Amazon is a joint employer with these delivery service providers. So as a matter of law and as a matter of like common sense, it is not true that these are private contractors, that these are not Amazon employees. Not true now by the law, nor is it true by common sense. These people drive Amazon trucks, they wear Amazon uniforms, they do what Amazon says, they deliver Amazon packages where and when Amazon tells them to. They're Amazon employees. But they can unionize, and they have been. Miguel says, how else is... Miguel says Sean O'Brien and the Teamsters would love those checks. They'll figure it out. How else is Sean O'Brien going to continue making millions? Sean O'Brien makes $250,000 a year as international president, as general president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. You can say some people might say that's too high, but frankly, I don't. I mean, $250,000, I think you're starting to get towards the top of like what's justifiable. But $250,000 to be the president, to be the leader of a 1.3 million person organization does not sound that like that's not that crazy, you know. I mean, he has members that make six figures, so that doesn't sound that doesn't sound unreasonable to me. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.